Rajat Sethi, let me begin with you and Rashid Kidwai before we go to our political spokespersons. What did you make of it? 75 years of the Indian Constitution, befitting tribute. Did we have scintillating speeches? What worked for you?
Sorry, my network is a little weird. Can you give me a minute?
Sure. Rajat, you fix your network. Let's get in Rashid Kidwai. Rashid Kidwai, maiden speech of Priyanka Gandhi. Very, comparisons will be made when it comes down to Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Very different, better command on her language. How would you rate that speech? For someone who followed the Gandhis for years.
I often say, comparison is a thief of joy. We should not compare, individuals and human beings, particularly when they're brothers and sisters and they are like on a, similar age group, etc. I think Rahul Gandhi has his own sort of.
But Rashid Kidwai, we shouldn't compare brothers and sisters, but that's the harsh reality of politics. The brother and the sister have entered politics and now it's open season. Both of them are in the Lok Sabha. They are bound to be comparisons, Rashid.
Yeah. No. Comparisons are bound to be there, Preeti. But what I'm saying is Priyanka Gandhi is, when it comes to articulation or oratory skills, of course, she, scores over Rahul Gandhi. In fact, if you look at the manner in which she, spoke, it was very measured. It was nothing, extraordinary. But fact of the matter, considering it was her debut speech in Lok Sabha, and Preeti, I've covered and I've seen a lot of, new parliamentarians, first-timers, including those who belong to Nehru Gandhi family. I think she scores over everyone else. But generally, I mean, it's not that I'm sounding very old, but generally the standard of debate could have been, higher in the sense where, if it was a very important discussion on the practice of, constitution, nobody mentioned about, what are the elements of social contract theory that was advanced by Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, and how, the government and citizenry have equal sort of share and responsibility. The kind of governance we have, a lot of hits and misses. You can go on. So it became slanging match. The Congress obviously tried to pin down the government, saying that the constitution is not being followed. And again, if you talk about India, it's always say whatever you say about India, the opposite is true. There is, of course, you cannot deny there is Manipur, there is Sambal, there are a lot of, while there are a lot of injustice that happens, but also we have a lot of, great stories, success stories of how, our sort of marginalized communities have come up in a very big way. So therefore, I mean, Praniti would vouch her own, father, life of Mr. Sushil Kumar Shinde is an extraordinary story, for our nation, the kind of background that he came up with. So all kind of things are there. I think, to sum up, it's a good day, perhaps not a great day, a very good day for Indian Parliament that both opposition and government, they started talking. And we had some business in Lok Sabha. And perhaps when Mr. Modi, speaks, then perhaps we'll be able to evaluate who was better and who was best.
Well, a good day, but befitting 75 years of the Indian Constitution, not quite. The level of discourse still quite low. But, many of us will take it because what we've seen in the recent past, especially where the winter session has come, viewers, is a complete washout. And a complete washout of your and my money. Once again, we keep reiterating every minute that we lose in Parliament where business is not conducted, the taxpayer, which is you and I, lose 2.5 lakh rupees. So in that sense, great. We at least saw some discussion, some debate. Was it to the level that we were expecting, befitting 75 years of the Indian Constitution? Not quite. Rajat Sethi, if we have you back, what worked for you today on the floor of the House? It practically became a Rajnath Singh versus Priyanka Gandhi.
So, I was hearing Rashid ji also speak. The moment was, was truly historic. There were several doubts whether our republic would survive these many years. And contrary to a lot of naysayers around the world, we have a thriving democracy today. And Rajnath ji gave a rousing speech. And so did Priyanka Gandhi to some part of her speech was also good. It was largely neutral. But, the problem is the opposition will have to don its opposition hats whenever time comes. And Priyanka Gandhi made her maiden speech and tried to put some pot shots out there on the name of the first Prime Minister Nehru. I don't believe anybody in BJP is trying to wipe out the name. BJP is certainly trying to say that, yes, there was an epochal era of Nehru, which is over. We have completely entered into a next epochal era, which belongs to Prime Minister Modi. The thought process of the country has changed, the aspirations of the country has changed, and Congress needs to find itself in tune with these changing times. That reflection wasn't there. 75-year journey has been a long journey. We have learned a lot through these 75 years. But how does Congress party, which has been there even before independence, how does it want to reinvent itself, truly, genuinely stand for the values enshrined in our constitution? Those things which should not have been too partisan in nature would have given her a more sort of a thumping presence, given that this was her maiden speech. That was missing. It was business as usual, politics as usual.
Okay. All right, business as usual, politics as usual. Praniti Shinde, getting you into this debate, you had a very pointed attack which came in from the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. And, you know, that's a grave allegation for a political party which holds the constitution above all. Today you are charged with, number one, politicizing the constitution, and number two, Praniti Shinde, today you are charged by trying to create a narrative, trying to build a perception that it is only you and you alone who are the custodians of the constitution.
Well, at the outset, I would like to say that it has taken the India Alliance a lot to even get this debate to happen on the floor of the House. They were dilly-dallying. They didn't want a debate on constitution. They didn't want the House to work. The winter session has been a total washout because the BJP did not want it to function. And we had to insist in the BACs many a times that we want this debate on the constitution to happen. They did not want a discussion on Adani or anything, and which is why every time we sat down, we wanted the question hour to happen. The speaker would abruptly, for no reason, just say that the house is adjourned for the entire day and let's start. So at the outset, it's taken us a lot to get a debate for the 75 glorious years of constitution on the floor of the House. Secondly, the quality of speeches today, I must congratulate I was there in the House from 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock. The quality of debates in the House today, in the Parliament, were exceptional. And unfortunately for the BJP, Priyanka Gandhi stole the show. Apparently, of course, if you look at the views, the reels today, it's all about Priyanka Gandhi. Unfortunately, nobody's talking about Rajnath Singh at this hour. In her speech, one could sense the emotion. She understands the pulse of the people, because whether it's Rahul Gandhi, whether it's Priyanka Gandhi, whenever there are atrocities committed by this government, whether it's Manipur, whether it's Hathras, whether it's Unnao, they understand the issue, they express solidarity, they are there with the victims. And therefore, when you realize that when Priyanka Gandhi ji started talking, everybody got emotional. She hit a note, she hit the right notes, she said the right things, and it was a super hit. And she spoke the right things. And the BJP has no right to talk about the constitution. They never believed in it.
Okay, Praniti, you're from the Congress party. You're, allowed to have the opinion that you do, but allow the speech to to let the people actually hear it, to decide whether it was a super hit or maybe not so good. That's for the people to decide, and we leave the jury to the people there. But, Sanju Verma, I want to get you in, because what the BJP was clearly charged with today in Priyanka Gandhi's maiden speech, and she hit home where she spoke of the Prime Minister and said that the Prime Minister honors the constitution, touches it to his forehead, but there is constitutional hypocrisy on the issues of Sambhal, on the issues of Manipur, on the issues of Hathras.
Okay. Preeti, let me get down straight to the point. Priyanka Vadra's speech, that reminded me of Hindi ki popular kahawat, Khisyani billi khamba noche. Angur khatte hain. 3 Lok Sabha elections lost consecutively in a row, and the Gandhi siblings still come to the parliament and say Modi ji ne ye nahi kiya, wo nahi kiya. Kabhi ye nahi batate hain ki Congress ne atmachintan kyun nahi kiya. But I will quickly give you some hard facts for the benefit especially of your audience. Constitution, संविधान खतरे में है is the narrative that the Congress has been peddling, and this is what Priyanka Vadra tried doing and failed miserably on the floor of the Parliament today. Let's not forget, it was in 1951 that Priyanka Vadra's great-grandfather Nehru carried out the first amendment curbing freedom of speech and free expression. It was Priyanka Gandhi's grandmother who imposed the emergency in 1975. संविधान की धज्जियां उड़ाते हुए 10 million people had FIRs filed against them and 11 million forced sterilizations were carried out. This is the same Priyanka Vadra who needs to know that her great-grandfather Nehru arrested Majru Sultanpuri simply because Sultanpuri chose to write a poem mildly criticizing Nehru. This is the same Priyanka Vadra who needs to know that the 42nd Amendment carried out by Indira Gandhi in 1976 curbed the power of judicial review of the courts. This is the same Priyanka Vadra who needs to know that be it Karunanidhi, Jayalalitha, or even Lalu Yadav for that matter, Madhu Koda, Om Prakash Chautala, these people were arrested when the Congress was in power in the center. And Priyanka Vadra also needs to know that when an incident happens in Sambal or when an incident happens in Hathras, she says, Ladki hu, lad sakti hu, she's ready to break police barricades. Today, Priyanka Vadra has not spoken out against the gang rapes in Sandesh Khali. Priyanka Vadra ke muh mein Fevicol lag jata hai. When Neha Hiremat, a young Congress councillor's daughter, was brutally stabbed in broad daylight in Congress-ruled Karnataka, Priyanka Vadra did not have the decency to even shed crocodile tears. And my last point, Preeti, is this. They keep saying that the judiciary has been bought out by the Modi government. Let me tell them, from V.R. Krishna Iyer to Justice Ranganath Mishra, to Abhay Thipse, to Baharul Islam, to Hasnain Masoodi, to Aftab Alam, these were all people who were actually promoted to the Rajya Sabha or given tickets to fight elections, and they were all sitting judges of various high courts. And my final point,
I want to bring
please bear with me. My final point. You guys keep condemning the election commissioner. Please, just 10 seconds. You know, when I say you guys, I mean the Congress cabal. You keep condemning the election commissioner. You condemn Rajiv Kumar, but I just want to leave your audience with one thought. There was a man called T.N. Seshan. He was the cabinet secretary under Rajiv Gandhi. He was the defense secretary under Rajiv Gandhi. He halted elections for 3 whole weeks after Rajiv Gandhi died.